Hey, Bob here. Okay, so this is probably my last guitar ever. Today is Friday the 19th of September 2025. And I started this journey making classical guitars somewhere around 1992. I was working for Disney as a senior marketing photographer, and I was finding that on the weekends I needed something to do. So I thought about since I was a professional photographer, I thought about building a darkroom, actually right here. I was going to put a darkroom in my garage. But since we had plenty of darkrooms at Disney, I decided not to do it, and I decided to start making my first real guitar. I did make one in high school. It was pretty crude, and I never really finished it. But anyway, yeah, it's been a long time, 33 years. I've been doing this when my time permits. I did build guitars full-time and part-time, depending on my workload as a marketing and advertising photographer. So it's come down to this guitar. It's unlikely I'll make another one. I'm not going to rule it out, but as far as I can tell right now, this is going to be the last one. And I'm naming this guitar, and I'm going to call this guitar Finale. Just like in music, when you have a composition which consists of a few different parts, the last part is the finale. So I decided to name this guitar Finale. I've only named one other guitar, La Puesta del Sol. That guitar went to guitarist Earl Klugh, the great jazz guitarist. He owns that one. But that's the only guitar, to my knowledge, that I've ever named. So we're going to glue the top on this now in the usual way. Excuse me. I have it in the form exactly the way it needs to be to receive the top. It's not an accident how it is in the form. The action is built in. I went through that in previous videos, so I'm not going to go into that now. But let's just say I got to put some glue on here, plop the top in, put the clamps on, and of course there's a long way to go on both of these guitars, this one and the one right before it. But these are my last two, but I consider this the last one. So without further ado, I guess it's time to put the glue on. Make sure I have my head in the right place here. I always say, once you start putting the glue on, there's no turning back. I will put it on sparingly. When I glue the back on, I put a little bit more glue. When I put the top on, I put a little bit less glue. Okay, 4:36 and right about now. So here we go. I'm not going to talk much. Oops. I'll do that. Okay. This is type on 1, excuse me. Okay. Let's start daubing. I want that to go down. So we're daubing the glue in the usual way that I do. Okay. All right, let me put some, I'm going to daub again, but I'll wait just a second. Put some on each soldier. Redaub here. Thought I had a little too much glue up here. Okay. Oops. Okay. Last step. Creating a little dust here so the glue doesn't squeeze beyond as much. Now the inside of the guitar has been all sanded to 220 and it's been wiped down with a clean paper towel, also been vacuumed and dusted with a blower. Okay, one final check. I can see the dust. Looks good to me. Let's put it on. I'm just lining up the center line here, pushing this way, and I'm on the center line down here. Nice. And one little thing I forgot to do. Forgot to do it the last time because I was too busy yakking. Okay, smooth side down and rougher side up. My RH right now, I'm running the humidifier. The relative humidity is 44. And I want it a little bit higher. This top is a little dry, and I wet it with a damp paper towel a little bit. I'm going to turn the air on right now, so it's going to get a little noisier. Just going to pull this down a little bit. Sure that's there, and that looks good. Okay, now we're going to put a block right here. Up a little, up right on the center line. I shouldn't be working this late on a Friday now that I'm sort of retired. However, my wife is in San Francisco until Wednesday, and my daughter and I are going to look at a house over in Claremont tomorrow. We have a 10:30 showing or viewing. Sounds like a funeral. Teresa and I, my wife and I, are thinking about moving out of here after 37 years. Something new, something, the original thought was to downsize, but now we're looking at 3-car garage homes, and one of the bays would be a little workshop. So I'm not sure what we're doing. But we've looked at 5 homes. It's a neighborhood called Heritage Hills. I think I referred to it as a retirement community, but it's not. It's a 55-plus community. No kids unless they're visiting. They cut the lawn, they keep your house painted. I believe the neighborhood was established in around 2010. And I think there's 1,100 homes in there. So anyway, Elizabeth, my realtor, called and said, hey, we got another one for you to look at. And it's one of the plans that we like. It has a 3-car garage. So anyway, that's tomorrow. Every once in a while I get a wing nut that won't go on quickly. Let's try it down here. There it goes. So this is a German spruce top, and it has an identical rosette to the one on the other guitar, on the cedar guitar. I made both of them. They were quite involved, and they were fashioned after Francisco Simplicio's 1929 design that he used. He's actually one of my favorite guitar makers. Now, I intend to continue to dabble in guitar making. I've got a lot of French polishing to do on guitars that I've already made that I never quite did the final polishing to. I got it to about, 95%. So I got a bunch of those to finish up. So I have plenty to do after I stop building. And of course, these have to be finished. I got into this bad habit of building guitars, finishing them with French polish to about 95% of their finality, and then having all of my musician friends come over and play them. And then instead of taking them all the way to the end of finishing, I'd start 4 more guitars because I knew I was going to stop soon, and I figured I can always French polish in my retirement. I was also planning on holding on to those guitars Not really. I mean, I'll sell them at some point, but right if I can. But right now I'm just holding on to them and enjoying them as much as I can. Okay, let's check on glue squeeze out. A little bit more squeeze out on this guitar than on the last one. Nothing's dripping. Same on the inside. A little more squeeze out than I like, but it's fine. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is flip this guitar over so I don't get any dripping. Nothing's grossly dripping. I can just see a little squeeze out, a little more than I like. Keep in mind that the cork on the bottom blocks of these clamps, the cork is compressing. So I'm going to flip this over. And with that, of course, the guitar is born. Beautifully hot day here in Orlando today. I don't see any rain in the forecast. Pretty warm for the middle of September. Okay. We're going to flip this over and let gravity help me. And I'm going to just check this out here. So I'm just clearing some of the glue out, some of the squeeze out, chiseling it away with my rosewood made up chisels. Yeah, I'll leave it at that. So anyway, this is going to take me about 10 minutes, and I don't want to bore you. So Bob checking out. I hope you all have a great weekend. A guitar is born, and it's named Finale. Today is the, what did I say, the 19th of September. 2025, and it's been a long road to this point, but I think now is the right time for me to call it a day. So it's been a great ride. It's been a lot of fun, and no regrets, no tears. I've got a bunch of guitars here that I'll enjoy for years, hopefully. And so it's a happy day. So anyway, checking out. Hope you all have a great weekend, and peace to all of you. Take care now.